August and March, isn't it? Thank you all for coming. I'm Jim Dodson, the editor of PineStraw magazine and of Henry magazine. Thank you. On behalf of my partners in the magazine, publisher David Warnoff, who's the barman tonight, feel free to tip liberally, and Andy Rose, who's the genius behind PineStraw, who started it, and is so shy she's running away back there. Anyway, we're very honored tonight to have some really great storytellers and people that are loads of fun. I wanted a little more freewheeling kind of interaction with these talented people who come from, oh geez, from very far away, the foreign country of South Carolina. We have, well, let me introduce them, first of all. The first is the son of Byram, North Carolina. I think he called it Mill Hill, you grew up on? He's the licensed wildlife, what are you, licensed wildlife, maybe you're just licensed wildlife. I think that's probably and he's a former teacher, shop teacher. He describes himself as an old hippie. He won just recently he won the second annual South Carolina Intergalactic Liars competition. Now that means he's across the universe the best liar. My friend Ed Duke.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming.
Our next storyteller slash liar, although I think he's more of a storyteller than a liar. Well, I have great hopes for him because I've heard this man does fantastic stuff. Is Tyrus Jones. Tyrus graduated from North Carolina Central. He's a Sandhills product, and he was the 2009 invitation to the 37th International Storytellers Festival, the National Storytelling Festival, and he was in 2008. He was named the Bald-Faced Liar of the Southeast. Here he is, Tyrus Jones. You gotta come up here. You can't do it over there. I think he's shy. They all went to the bathroom first, you know?
How's everyone? Y'all doing good? Yeah. Once upon a time was a good old time. A monkey chew tobacco and spit white lies.
I have no idea what that meant, but it sounded great. Next we have a wonderful lady who will regale us with her. The good thing, you know, when you're a storyteller, it really helps if your family is deranged. It really does. You laugh. I mean, my brother and I were both Eagle Scouts, and we grew up in Bland, Greensboro, North Carolina. I spent years coveting Pat Conroy's life. So it's only now I begin to realize that you can make it all up anyway. Martha is a very, very talented lady who draws wonderful stories about family and home from her own experiences. Unfortunately, she's from Massachusetts. Actually, I knew that would get her. Let's hear Massachusetts. Come on. And she's a behavioral health counselor in the school. So that should tell you she's going to be watching each one of you closely, and she can take you to the principal's office if she has to. She lives in Florence, and she has a CD coming out next month, and she recently was named the winner of the South Carolina Toastmasters contest for humorous storytelling. Would you welcome Martha Reed Johnson?
Storytellers.
We are. And last, but certainly not least in all of our hearts, is a local man who needs no introduction. He's famed from television and stage and screen, and he was the last Sheriff Andy and the last pilot of Mayberry RFD Made. He was in WKRP. He writes for the pilot. He did a short stretch in prison. And all of it shaped his storytelling. Our great friend, John Chappell.
Hello, everybody. Let's see, I'll get this right here because I didn't know how to do this, so you help me pull that thing out there? There we go. All right, there we go. I don't know how to do this, but I watched Ron White. Well, anyway, I thank you very much, but I wasn't maybe out of tea now.
What was it?
It was called Goober.
It was Goober.
Goober.
So it was really higher brow than
That's
that.
right. That's the last sheriff. And
You were Goober?
yeah, no. George Lindsay was Goober. I was the sheriff. The last sheriff that didn't sell. That's why none of you saw it. Yeah, so I tell people now that yes, I died and went to Hollywood, and I committed television, and just pretend to do things, and they paid me for that.
That's good.
Well,
Well,
I make stuff up, and they pay me for that.
that's great. So John Chappell's joined us. Thank you all. We did once like this. We had a wonderful banjo player. Brian Morris was supposed to be here playing the banjo. Is he here? He just arrived?
He's hiding back there.
He's hiding. Bring your banjo and get up here. I was about to say he's the biggest liar of all because he said he'd be here. Brian Morris is the greatest barber in the world, and he's in the back. He's coming up, I guess, and he's going to just riff us a little bit between speakers. Huh? He's coming around the back. Does that mean he's coming in the back door? Is he going to play in the back? What's he going to do back here? Okay. Well, couple ground rules. You're free to shout. You're free to do what you want to do. Here we go. Guys over here. We're over here. You're free to say, as long as it's fairly respectable, but not too respectable. And it relates to St. Patrick's Day, and it relates to this hat. This is my lucky golf cap. And a good friend of mine not long ago called me from Dublin to tell me this very sad story. And I thought it was very appropriate for St. Patrick's Day. Old Sean, who's 90 years old, plays golf every Friday with his buddy Mike. And then they go to the pub and they drink. Whoever loses pays, and they drink till they're blind that night. And old Sean had been there and slept it off all day Saturday, and woke up and only to discover that his favorite golf cap was gone. It was missing. He'd had this cap for 30 years. And he was really depressed about that. And he remembered that Mike goes to church services on Sunday morning. So he decided to go to bed early and get himself up and clean himself up as much as possible and to take himself off to church to steal his hat back. So he did just that. Feel free to tune. And there's that morning, Father Pat was in the pulpit, and the church was pretty full, and he saw old Sean slip in the back pews, and he said to himself, "Good Lord, that's old Sean. He hadn't been to church in the longest time. Fortunately, I've got a great sermon here for him. I'm going to change that boy's heart." And the sermon just happened to be on the 10 Commandments. And by golly, it was a great, great sermon he gave. There wasn't a dry eye in the place. And as everyone was filing out, old Sean tried to slip past him. Father Mac grabbed him by the collar and said, Sean, it's good to see you, lad. You know, the Lord loves a returning sinner. You've been away for far too long. It's so good to see you back in church." And old Sean rubbed his bristly chin and said, "Well, Father, the truth is, you know, I love my beer and I love my golf, and I have a favorite golf habit. I've had this hat for 30 years. And every Friday, me and old Mike play golf together, and then we go get ourselves blind drunk on Friday night, and then we sleep it off all Saturday and Saturday night, and Mike gets up on Sunday morning and comes to services. And I knew that, and the truth is, I get myself up today after 25 years of missing church and come to services to steal Mike's hat, my old hat back." Father Pat shook his head. He said, "Son, that's a terrible story, but at least you told the truth, and God loves an honest man. I'm supposing it was probably what the bit about thou shalt not steal that turned your heart." He said, "No, sir. It was the bit about thou shalt not commit adultery. I suddenly remembered where I left my freaking hat." And with that, I give you Ed Duke.
It's good to be here. You know, as Mr. Jim said in that intro a while ago, that I'm a licensed wildlife rehabilitator. That's a true statement. I used to teach school, but I got tired of worrying with young'uns. So I got a place out in the country, and now I deal with animals, and I travel out the country as a storyteller. My favorite animal, and I love him with all my heart, is a possum. That's right. See that? I got on a possum necklace that my girlfriend gave me. I got a possum tattoo. I love possums. He's 5 years old. His name is Dude. And Dude can talk. That's right. Dude can talk. Right now, he's probably home laying on my couch if he hasn't gone to the shagging competition. This is the first time he's missed a trip with me in probably 2 years. He's got his little routine that he does too. That's right. People in Moore County need to get out and get involved in storytelling more, in my opinion, and you can see things happen. Y'all hold on, excuse me. Hello. What, Dude? Dude, what do you want? Yes, Dude, there's a crowd here, but you can't even get another person in here. If you was in here, your tail would be blue. People stepping on it. Dude, go on. Do what? Well, I'll tell them a story about you. Yes, Dude. Have a good time tonight and hope you win. That was my possum, Dude. My possum's favorite thing to do is fish, shop at Walmart, and mess on a computer. Fine. I'm sorry? Not really. The other night, a friend of mine called me and asked me did I want to come to the mountains and spend some time, and I said, yes, I do. So Dude and I loaded up, took off to the mountains. We got up there, he said, Dad, we got to stop at Walmart. Let me get me some glasses. All right, boy, we'll stop. So we stopped at Walmart, and I got his carriage out of a truck. You know when they like to put babies in, you can close it up, zip it up, so the bugs and things can't get in there with them. You know what I'm talking about, don't you, man? Well, I got him one thing. We went in Walmart, and we were back there in the doll section. Dude told me, Dad, there's something right up there. Get them glasses for me, Dad. Well, I reached up on that doll, got those glasses, gave them to Dude, set them on him. Dad, what do I look like? I looked at it for a minute and I said, buddy, you're a cross between Ray Charles and Dale Earnhardt. And on to the mountains we went. Now we got up there, stayed 2 days. I bought a little John boat on the way up there. Coming home, Dude said, Dad, we got to stop and fish. Okay, buddy, we'll stop. Chill. He was off of his licking. He was excited. Just like I'm off mine tonight and I'm excited. Dude fishes. He puts his tail in, he gets up in the front of the boat, sticks his tail down in the water and he wiggles it real easy. And fish bite that tail because they think it's an artificial worm. He slow trolls. He wiggles it like that. That's slow trolling. I gotta get this woman. And he wiggles it like that. That's fast trolling. Well, when I left my buddy's house, he fixed us up a care package. He gave us some ramps, some taters, and some onions, and a bottle of that homemade mountain spinach. Y'all know what I'm talking about, 180 proof. Yeah. So we come back down the mountain, and Dude starts. Dad, let's stop. I pulled into a little lake, went down there, we set that boat in the water. Dude run up in the front of the boat, I grabbed the paddle, and here we go fishing. He was up there with his tail in the water, like that. About that time, something grabbed his tail, and Dude slung it like that, and slung it in the boat, before that fish could turn loose his tail. Well, we went on down a little ways, and he got the fast trouble. About that time, whoa! One more went in the boat. Dude, son, we got 2, that's a limit, we got enough. Let's go home. Dad, let's go down there at that log at the dam. Catch one more, we'll go. All right, boy. So we went down there, got up pretty close to the dam. And dude went fast rolling. Yeah. Something grabbed that tail, he wouldn't turn loose. And here we go toward the dam. Imagine that, me and the possum in a boat with no motor. Going toward the dam. Dad, help me, Dad. He's going to pull me in the water. He's going to pull me in the water. Well, I looked at my possum. He was in stress. I ran up from that boat, stuck my foot down there. I told him, dude, bite down on my breeches leg and don't turn loose for nothing, boy. Okay, Dad. Had his mouth full of breeches, couldn't talk good. All of a sudden, I looked, and we were going over the dam. I looked, and by the grace of another power, a log had fallen down onto the dam. The boat started under that log. I reached up, grabbed that log with my arms, slung my feet up around that thing, and got dude on top of it. I said, dude, get on the dam, boy, get on the dam. Dude got up there and hollered, Dad, you gonna make it? Yeah, boy, I'm coming. Well, I finally got crawled up there, boat going over the dam, 2 fish going over the dam, paddle. When I got up there, dude told me, Dad, look at my tail. It's raw. It ain't got a bit of skin on it. Sure enough, his tail was bare. Dad, you got the thing put on my tail? Boy, I ain't got nothing. Dad, you gotta have something. A bobtail possum ain't pretty if my tail knocks off. I happen to think, in my truck, in that care package, those mountain spirits. I walked to the back of the truck. Dad, is it gonna burn? Well, now where this is going? Yeah, it's a good one. Dude, son, it's gonna burn bad. Dad, I need a bullet. A what? I need a bullet. Dude, I don't want to shoot you. What do you need a bullet for, son? Dad, you know like John Wayne and Clint Eastwood for the pain. I looked in my truck and I didn't have a bullet, I didn't have my pistol, but I looked in my toolbox and I had a buckshot. I got that buckshot, put it in my possum's mouth. I went to pouring them mountain spirits on that raw tail. And about that time, ladies and gentlemen, that buckshot went off in his mouth. It knocked 2 of his front teeth out, 2 inches off my beard, knocked a hornet's nest out of a tree, and a duck fell out of the sky. Thank you, bud. That's a good one. Got a hell of an imagination. Dude told me, Dad, get that duck, put him in the truck, and we going home, and you gonna take me to Affordable Dentures, cause a possum ain't got no front teeth, is an ugly rascal. God bless you. Thank you for that.
They'll be back. All right, we'll introduce our musicians here. This is Eddie. And this is Brian. To get us a little warmed up, a little more music. He's got us turned on to the words. You give us a little music here.